And if my mind worked backwards just for a minute, I'd hold on to you before the memory's gone. I remember you, you lift my spirit. With you high is all I'm feeling. Remember how we felt alive. I remember you, you make me stronger. Can't go without it much longer. Remember, remember, I remember you, you lift my spirit. With you high is all I'm feeling. Remember how we felt alive. I remember you, you make me stronger. Can't go without it much longer. Remember, remember. When I close my eyes, I can almost see it. When I take a breath, you fill up my lungs. And if my mind worked backwards just for a minute, I'd hold on to you before the memory's gone. I remember you, you lift my spirit. With you high is all I'm feeling. Remember how we felt alive. I remember you, you make me stronger. Can't go without it much longer. Remember, remember, I remember you, you lift my spirit. With you high is all I'm feeling. Remember how we felt alive. I remember you, you make me stronger. Can't go without it much longer. Remember, remember.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Owlet tournament. I'm your host and play-by-play-caster, Reignbow. We've got an excellent match for you tonight, featuring the Ohio OwOs versus Congregation. Joining me in the commentary booth tonight is Luvgangster.
Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going?
This is going to be an exciting match we have before us.
Yeah, we got the Ohio OwOs and Congregation. I watched one of Congregation's matches. I actually casted it, and this was the very first match they played this season. I think the first match of Owlet in a row. And they lost 4-0, but it was extremely close, and I'm excited to see how they go against this 3-1 Ohio OwOs team who I've not seen before.
Yeah, I've not seen Ohio OwOs either, but I've heard good things, and they're clearly doing very well in the standings right now.
Kraken or Happy? It's either Happy or Kraken. I think I've had you guys muted this whole time.
I've been muted this entire time. What?
I'm unmuted. Wow.
Okay. Are we unmuted now, Abizzle? Okay. So this is the first time they're gonna hear a voice, Abizzle. Is that correct? Right now they're hearing me talk to you.
Intro one
Okay,
more
yeah,
time.
All right. Take two.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to
Oh my God.
our Owlet cast. I'm your host and play-by-play caster, Rainbow. We've got an excellent match for tonight, featuring the OwOs versus Congregation. Joining me in the commentary booth tonight is Luvgangster.
Yo, what's up?
Yeah, this is gonna be an exciting match here. Ohio is doing very well right now. Congregation looking to get that upset. They've been looking pretty decent so far, although they've not gotten those wins. But it's definitely looking good for them.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm pretty excited for this matchup. I already said why I was excited for this, but Abizzle had us both muted for the beginning of this match, so I don't even know what to say. Right now, I'm just kind of mad at Abizzle, but I'm sure I'll get over it in time for this match so that I don't ruin the stream with my bad attitude. Rainbow. How do you pronounce that, by the way? Is it Rainbow or is it Rainbow?
Rainbow, just like the normal
Rainbow.
spelling.
Okay, great. That's going to be a headache because I'm just going to go back and forth between Rainbow and Rainbow. Rainbow, tell me about this Busan map. Do you enjoy Busan? Do you think this is a fun map?
I pretty much enjoy every map. I'm like that. I even enjoy Paris on occasion.
Wow.
So I mean, I love Busan. You can get some good variety here. I mean, some maps are pretty static, but you can get some good things on Sanctuary. I believe is the name of the map. I may be remembering that wrong, but
The Taiko drum map?
downtown. Yeah, that one.
Have you ever played that game with the taiko drums where you hit it with your hands? Like you go, it's like. Have you ever played that game at like
No.
an arcade? Okay.
No, I've not.
I have nothing to say then. Darn. Anyways, so we should be starting any time now. These guys were so nice to be here on time. Is that your experience in Owlet? People coming to the match on time at 6 or 7, ready to go? Is that something that you're used to?
Absolutely unheard of. So big thanks to these two teams for being so well organized.
For sure, for sure.
Yes, looks like we're gonna be starting on downtown. What comps do you think we're gonna be seeing out of the teams here?
I have no idea. Congregation has been going through a lot of like team changes. Because of at the beginning they had some smurfing problems, but they were able to get that settled before the season began. And now I have no idea what they're going to run. I honestly have no idea. Ohio OwOs, they've been winning a lot of matches. You said during our muted area that they had the best map differential of any team in minors, so perhaps they're going to be running something meta. I have no idea, but whatever it is, I'm sure it'll be very exciting.
Yeah, so we should be getting a preview at their team comps right now, and
Double shield.
Yeah, it is double shield from both teams here. Very meta comps. Although we do have the Ash over on Ohio OwOs along with the Pharmacy.
Well, that's going to be very exciting because I love seeing that Bob gameplay. You know, Bob is overpowered because he can aim for you. You know.
I love that because I have terrible aim, so I appreciate Bob very much.
Me too.
Yeah, so we're gonna be getting into it here. The teams are coming towards point.
Yeah, I'm gonna see what happens here at this early team fight as we see Ash sitting on top, sort of like a Widowmaker sort of position. See if Ash can do anything, put out some general damage.
Get a huge dynamite onto Congregation there, and 2 are already down. This looks like it's gonna be an early fight win out here from Ohio OwOs.
Yeah, it seems as that Fair Mercy combination did well for them there. That, you know, to me seems like the most intuitive way to respond to a double shield sort of thing. Like you just get the shields down or you go around the shields and you just shoot from above because, you know, Reaper can't really do all that much damage from the ground onto a far who's in the sky.
Yeah, it looks like they're going for some forward poke here, which I always love to see. I love aggression in Overwatch. It's the most exciting gameplay, but Congregation's looking to kind of go around, skirt them to avoid that early fight there. So we're going to be seeing the rotation out here from Ohio OwOs.
Yeah, pretty good shields there coming out from both teams, doing the shield rotation, the shield dance perhaps, making sure none of these spam damage rockets can get in there.
Yeah, we're just getting a lot of poke right now, but 2 already going down for Congregation here. And that's going to be another early fight when it looks like for OwOs, but they were able to stall it some time with the shield dancing that they had going on there. And
Yeah,
right now
for sure.
just kind of cleaning up people, trying to make sure they don't get out. And that is going very well for them.
Yeah, jab 26122. That's gonna be very hard for me to say, but getting all those frags in the early game along with just a Seaman, so the DPS of these two teams doing a lot of work, and so now they're gonna switch over to a Bash and maybe try to catch him off guard a little bit.
Yeah, getting that huge DPS down to start with to kind of scare OwOs back. Starting off the Coalescence here, taking down Penguinator, and Ohio's going to be responding with the Drum and the Bob coming out here, and the Gravitic Flux. It's 3 ults coming out from OwOs to try to push Congregation back here and not even let them really get to the point, hopefully, is their plan. And they took down May, so it is 1 up right now for the OwOs as they're pushing in more with the Coalescence. And Congregation's kind of being forced to push back into this back alley here, and Shuriken does go down, which is not really good, especially with the Bastion they have here. They do come in with the beat to get the touch on the point. Baby Bun goes down, but also Turbo Nerds, that's one of the healers down for OwOs. And it is just a lot of stalling going on around here, trying to push back and forth, but that is a nice barrage coming out to take down iRob, but it's still going back and forth. We still have 2 people standing for Congregation, with Coalescing Moira and the Diva, and we get the High Noon coming out from Baby Bun to take out Jav, which may be the piece they need to win this back, but Baby Bun does go down. So just back and forth. Shuriken also losing mech and going down. Turbo Nerd does get taken down by Cruise Ship. Cruise Ship coming in here doing a lot of damage, taking down 2 people, and iRob taking down Penguinator. So it looks like it could be going to Congregation here, but Ohio was not giving this up so easily. They have the Wrecking Ball coming in to stall this out, but will it be enough? It doesn't look like it, and Congregation has the point.
That is what I call a classic miners stall tactics, even though you don't need to stall. That was absolutely incredible. Yeah, it reminds me of the Congregation Crack and Skulls matchup from the first week, where they just they stalled out the point for literally forever. The point was still at like 5 minutes in a row, 10 minutes in a row. Okay, you could have watched a regular episode of a television show.
May gets picked early here for coming in with OwOs, giving them a nice advantage. So they continue to poke in, and Shuriken going down. That's 2 very important people for Congregation going down. And another one in Cruise Ship. This looks like it's going to be OwOs taking this back fairly easily, as they had just taken down one after another. But you still have Baby Bun stalling on point, except never mind. As soon as I say it, they go down, and that's going to be OwOs taking this point back. And maybe they're going to... Shuriken coming in does get the touch. And they do get the beat coming in to try to stall this out, and the kind of coming in with ult. Cruise Ship does ult, but does get taken down. Coming up the Tracer here, but I don't think it's gonna amount to much, but they are stalling this out as long as they can, trying to hold on to that hope, but they're not getting any kills, which is what you really need in the stall. So it is just really kind of grasping here as the barrage comes in to really clean up any last contenders.
Yeah, and that'll be that. I think Jav got like 26,122 kills in that entire map, because that was just, you know, complete dominance from the skies. There's like some classic, I don't know the meta too well nowadays, but there's classic ways to counter a Pharah Mercy. You know, you have like a Widowmaker sort of long range damage, you just click her in the head sort of thing. You also have like some like Diva sort of eat the rockets sort of thing, but I'm not sure if nowadays the meta favors that sort of switching over just to counter a Pharah, but it seems as though they need to do something to counter the gameplays. We see Baby Bun going over. Never mind, I like Cruise Ship instead is going to take the Pharah role, so maybe the Pharah v Pharah action will be just what the doctor ordered for Congregation.
Ooh, coming out with the Bastion again. Always interesting to see these kind of off-meta picks coming out from Miners teams. It's one of my favorite parts about watching Miners games, is how you don't just get the meta versus the meta like you get in more Majors games.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, they're gonna be kind of coming out to poke here. 2 DPS going down, 1 from each side. So it's still very even here as they continue to poke back and forth. This is how double shield works. No one dies. Big Bun does go down, but is gonna immediately get rezzed back up by May. But the Congregation rotates to the point and does get it capped. So OwOs needs to win this fight quickly so that Congregation doesn't just build up a bunch of percentage on point, and it looks like they're doing just that as they take down 3 from Congregation. Just as Demon goes down, but that's not going to be anywhere near enough for them to win the fight. So they get 13%, but that's not a lot. They're going to need to come in and really win these fights.
A really nice air shot there from Jav onto Cruise Ship. That was really nice on him. But yeah, it seems as though the shields, the tanks of Congregation just aren't rotating in the same manner that OwOs shields are. So, you know, maybe they can learn a thing or two about the shield dance and then come back in this team fight and try to take the W on this one.
Yeah, so they're going to be pushing in here. Far trying to take some peel out of the sky, but gets taken down by just a Seaman really early in this fight. May at half health, that does go back up. Coalescence coming out from OwOs to put in a lot of damage here, and it looks like Congregation's going to be forced to back up here. Is the Sigma going to make it out? Sigma does not make it out, so that's going to be a setback for Congregation there, and they're going to have to wait a sec for IROB to respawn here so they can push back in.
A really good job from Penguinator, just using his ult as the Kamehameha wave coming out from that Moira, and that was it. So now they have 3 ults for this team fight, almost 4 to face this aggression from Congregation.
Coming here, going with the Dragon to try to get some of that damage in, split up the team. Congregation comes out with the Coalescence to help push in here. Aurelius going down, which is a nice first pick for Congregation here, and takes down Jav. This is looking very good for them as they continue to push towards point. Very slowly here, as, you know, it just kind of dancing back and forth right now. Just Steven does take down Baby Bun, and Jav gets res. Is kind of turning around for Congregation here, or for OwOs. And Gravitic Flux coming out, takes down 2 from... Oh, that is the entire team. That's basically the entire team right there going down for Congregation. And they're not going to have almost any time to contest this. I don't think they can make it to point.
Now it looks like it's going to be a W for the OwOs, and yes, that is it. Really great job from Turbo Nerd getting that res, and then that ult was really funny because Jav wanted to use his barrage while the Sigma ult was going off, and so Sigma ulted, and then they all went to the air, and he was like, oh, where am I supposed to aim? Where am I supposed to aim? And so he just, you know, just kind of flailed around, but it worked out for them because that was a really great Sigma ult, got 4 or 5 people in it. It's what turned the team fight for them after kind of a long... It looked like they were going to win on the side of Congregation, but they took a little bit too long to get all the kills they need.
Yeah, you know, you really just kind of, like I was talking about earlier, that aggression that I love to see. You know, it's very important to winning those team fights. You need to push in on any advantage you can get to, you know, just really take that space, get the point, push them back. And you don't even have to kill everyone if you have the proper amount of aggression.
Yes, if you just look scary enough, then they're going to run back to their base. Is that right?
Yeah, basically.
Okay. See, I haven't been back in the game in a while, so, you know, I just like to put it in, you know, 5-year-old terms, you know?
Yeah, just look really scary and the other team will run away. It is basically how a lot of Overwatch works.
It's fair. It's just like how my social life works, so. Great. So now we're going to be going to Paris. Do you know any Francais, Rainbow?
I used to, but then I stopped.
Why'd you stop?
My school stopped offering French, so I had to stop learning it.
Did they only offer, like, Spanish now? What?
They offered Spanish and Chinese. It was a very interesting combination there.
I see. No, I mean, that makes sense. I think that's very common for schools, because my school only offered French and Spanish, but then, like, Chinese became a more popular language to teach in schools, which makes sense because it's a very important language to learn, and so they started teaching Chinese as well. But it's just very weird to hear schools not teaching French anymore, because it's like a core language to me, you know? But, you know, I guess
it's very sad. But yes, we're going to be going to Paris, especially since it's minors, but you even see this in majors. We're going to be seeing a Bastion comp somewhere. You always see at least one Bastion comp on the defense here, especially if we're looking at a minors game.
Probably because Bastion is a fairly simple character to run. I think the shield composition, the double shield metal, is like really easy, I think, in theory to run because shields kind of just do work for you. You don't have to like aim very well. You don't have to do the. I mean, you have to rotate things, which is the difficulty, and it's sort of like goats where it's like sneakily sort of difficult to do like really well, but like on the face of it, it's fairly easy. So yeah, the Bastion's definitely going to come out. I'm expecting like 10-minute long holds where like there's like two Hammonds and they're like going around the little pole in the second point and no one dies. That's what I'm expecting from this, but we'll see if they can get the kills here because Jav has been doing a really good job along with just the Seaman. The 2 DPS of Ohio OwOs have been expressing their dominance onto Congregation so far. So what do you think Congregation needs to do to stop these madmen from continuing?
I don't know. I think they just kind of need to respond with good DPS. I'm not sure the Bastion was the way to go there on control. I mean, obviously it's gonna be good on defense here, but you can't be going with that Bastion. It does put a lot of DPS down. It's a very tempting character to play, but I think we're gonna need to be seeing McCree, Hanzo, lots of those other characters everyone likes, especially ones that are good shield break. Is what we're gonna need to be seeing is some improvement from the DPS, I think.
Yeah, we'll see what they can do. I don't know. It's been very hard for Congregation to get their Bastion play down because they kind of like the Bastion goes down and then like there's like a shield and then I'm just explaining how Bastion shields work right now. Okay. Anyways, it's just been they just haven't had the same like crispiness, okay, that the Ohio OwOs shield gameplay has been with their DPS, and so I'd hope to see maybe a little bit more of a congregation within congregation to get as much DPS out as possible from them onto the Ohio OwOs. But we'll see what happens as we go into Paris in just a moment. Reignbow, have you ever been to Ohio before?
I have not. I've not really been to East Coast at all.
Are you in the West Coast?
Central
You're in
mainly.
Central. Oh, I'm in
Central to
Central
West
right now
Coast.
too. But Ohio is like Central.
Yeah, I don't go into
Relatively
the Great Lakes region. I've heard it's a lovely place. I do want to go there at some point. But yeah, because that's where all the Ohio OwOs players are going to college, which I think is very cool.
It's very interesting. Yeah, I assume it's not the same college though.
Yeah, I think it's 3 different colleges, if I'm remembering correctly.
Can you name 3 different Ohio colleges?
I'm sure there's one called University of Ohio. Maybe a University of Columbus. Columbus
Okay.
is in Ohio, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 2. I don't know about
Right.
anywhere else in Ohio, so that's
That's
all
that's
I got.
fine. I think you named it. I think it's good. Bizzle, what's your favorite thing to do in Ohio? Cedar Point. Oh, okay. So he likes going to Cedar Point, which is the Six Flags uh, adventure. Do you like roller coaster rides? Because I think we're about to have a roller coaster ride of a match, right? Right?
Amazing
Please
segment
laugh.
right there.
Please laugh. Okay, thank you.
Ooh, we're seeing
Anyways,
some Symmetra coming out from Congregation, possibly. They're still in spawn, so they could be switching, but I would not be surprised to see that run, especially in Miners. Miners loves to do weird things, and that's why Miners is so interesting to watch. We did get a DC, so we're probably going to be seeing a pause here in a second.
I would hope so. Well, it looks like they're just gonna keep running with it. As Abizzle says pause, Florida says pause. How? What? Oh no.
We
Who
clearly
owns
have
this?
an amazing... well... we're waiting here. We are seeing a Bastion comp, as I suspected, with the Pharah on defense.
Amazing. All right. So Rainbow. I don't even know what to talk about right now. The rules say you should know how to do. Okay. 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 Thank you.
Okay.
Wait, did they hear you on the stream? What do you mean to tell? All right. All right. Abizzle's gonna be restarting his game, folks. So we'll be here with you. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm gonna.
This is clearly the most perfect production you've ever seen.
Give him a minute. Okay. I told them in the lobby, Abizzle, so please don't be mad at me. Anyways, so,
Yeah, so
talking
what
about
DPS do you like to see with the Bastion comp? I mean, so you have your tanks and your supports are pretty set. You have the Bastion, obviously. So who do you like to see on that second DPS?
Well, I had to think about this. I don't know. It just kind of depends what the other team is running, but maybe some more shield break. I don't know. I wish you couldn't. It wasn't 2-2-2 anymore, because then I would say something like a third tank or something like that. But maybe a Symmetra Bastion's always fun because you can teleport the Bastion around, and that's always exciting. Maybe something long range like a Widowmaker or something like a Hanzo, because then you don't have to stand right behind the shield, which means that's if they're all focusing the Bastion, then you can be to the side doing damage. There's just a bunch of different things you can do here. What's your favorite DPS to run alongside a Bastion?
I think you can get some good McCree, but I really like Afara. I'm comes with the history of the teams I've been on. I've always on every single team had a good Pharah player. I don't know what's with that, but so I'm very used to running the Pharah. Along with the Bastion comp, because you can do a lot of good damage, and you have the Mercy there if you want to go ahead and pocket that Pharah. She shouldn't need it; she should be fine up there. But it can always be useful.
It makes sense. Although I do like to just hold down left and right click at the same time when I'm playing Mercy, when I'm healing a Bastion. I don't really care about a Pharah, because it's like the Bastion's just gonna do all the damage. So now it seems as though Abizzle is in the lineup for the Ohio OwOs. The commissioner of Owlet coming in, trying to play for the OwOs to make sure it's 6v6. It looks like, okay, he's leaving
Yes,
now.
I'm very excited to see what Abizzle's gonna be playing here on the support line. But hopefully we will be seeing. Yeah, Turbo Nerd is coming back, so we should be able to get restarted again here soon. And it looks like we are seeing the Symmetra on the attack, which I'm very excited for. I got to see a lot of Symmetra on this map when it was Region Uprising versus Licorice Whip last week. It was a very interesting Paris match. A very interesting match overall, especially since it is LW's first win. But yeah, you got to see some really nice Symmetra play here coming out from Region Uprising. It was very interesting to see. I think I said very interesting like 5 times in the sentence.
That's how interesting it was. It was very, 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 very interesting.
Yes, it was.
Sorry, I'm not trying to poke fun at you. I'm just looking at the chat right now because they're trying to wonder whether or not they should reset the map. And I don't know how Abizzle's going to handle this. What do you think? Do you think they should just reset the map, or if since Justice Seaman is supposed to be the host and his player DC'd and he didn't pause it in time, do you think they should just keep it as is and not go through the trouble? What do you think?
I think the rulebook probably says something.
It does not. It does not. I know the. Yeah, front to back, I know that rulebook, and it does not say anything about this specific situation. So it looks like we do have something.
Unfortunate.
All right.
At some point, the game will be starting again. I'm excited for that moment. I'm excited to see the game of Overwatch again.
Yes, I'm excited to see it too. We're gonna see it in 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. There we go.
Yeah, so Turbo Nerd is going to be running a bit behind as we are seeing Congregation approach the point here. So if our Congregation, I'd be going full aggressive while Turbo Nerd is still catching up here. And it looks like they are doing just that. They're going pretty aggressive onto this point. You already have the Ohio OwOs backed up onto point. I think they need to be a bit more aggressive here and push up, really get on top of that Bastion to take him out. Cruise ship does go down, but does get immediately res back up, but Baby Bun goes down instead. So, the DPS are having trouble staying alive here, and, kind of just have Congregation cowering behind this pole right here, and both of the Pharahs go down. This is a nice even trade there, but we do see May going down, which is very unfortunate after the window does get popped. So that is going to be the end of that push for Congregation.
It's just a Seaman with a very casual 4K there in that team fight as Baby Gun, I believe, got away. Yeah, really great job from both of the Mercies trying to get these reses out. Turbonode was not able to get the res out onto Jav, but super close. It was a very risky res, and I was surprised that he went for it. It was really very interesting. But yeah, this far gameplay has actually been back and forth in this map a little bit more in this first team fight than the other maps, so that's always
fun. We're seeing the Sombra coming out from Cruise Ship, which is great. I love to see teams, thinking, pulling out that Sombra to counter the Bastion. We aren't seeing any other comp switch, it looks like. Did get the hack of the Bastion. Ohio was backing up to point again. as Congregation are pushing in rather aggressively, popping the Coalescence, and get the tank out from Ohio OwOs. The Gravitic Flux getting almost everyone on Congregation. Nice 3, but does not get any kills, so Congregation is able to recover here. Poplots does go down on the side of Congregation. Looks like it's getting res back up, but at the same time, Shuriken goes down. Get the Valkyrie getting popped to help continue this push and try to keep it alive as they're trying to, get some kills out here, take down some of the shields. But Frazzle goes down on the tank line for Congregation. The wall does get popped, but, it is a very, very in the balance push right here. They need to get a kill to continue this out. Bongos does get popped from Ohio OwOs to stave off this push. As Big Bun goes down, I think that they're finally going to be backing out here. Yes, they are.
Yes, they are. It's just really weird seeing this Bastion. They run a Sombra, and I guess you're just waiting for that ult. But without that ult, it's very hard to win in like a team fight where you're not like winning, you're not getting a pick in the neutral game or something like that. So, even though Baby Bum popped their ult to stop them from doing anything, we see another ult actually come out right now just to scare them away from coming from that choke point. I mean, I wouldn't want to run through there either. Yeah, it's just difficult for them to do anything with the Sombra until the Sombra gets ult.
I think I'm going to use that Bapple a bit early, but it's okay because it does charge fairly quickly. Cruise ship poking, just trying to get this ult up. Baby Bun goes down, and they are continuing to push in though. Gravitic Flux coming out from Frazzle does get the tank line coming in here, but the Immortality prevents any deaths happening. Just a Seaman getting 2k, 3k with that tank ult. Really nice job there. Looks like there's not much time. They're going to have to push in really fast, and they still don't have that EMP from the Sombra.
Yeah, I think May's been the secret MVP of this map for Congregation, at least trying to do their best to keep everyone alive. But actually, I meant Penguinator doing a lot of work keeping everyone alive on the side of OwOs, excuse me.
Yeah, Popup's going down, not a good start, but they are on point already. Trying to get a bit of a cheeky back percentage. Trying to just continue to touch here, stalling out. The EMP does finally come out, but the rest of the team is dead. So that looks like that's going to be the end of the full hold by Ohio OwOs.
Alright, and so now they have, 3 or 4 minutes to stave off an attack from Congregation? How long is it?
4 minutes?
4 minutes. It's going to be 4 minutes. So that's, a lot of time to just build up ults. I assume you've been in this position before where you had a really good defense, but maybe you have to attack, but then you have some troubles with attacking. I don't know. I've had that problem in scrims and matches where I just my team ties because we can't even get one tick after holding. So what do you think is the best way? What do you think is the best way to break through that and actually get that one tick?
I think you just kind of need to go with a lot of aggression. I'm a big fan of aggression in Overwatch. I think it's one of the first things you really need to learn as a team is how to be aggressive, how to just get in there, kind of get the job done, get those kills to win the team fight. Which I think is something Congregation needs to work on. They have a lot of generally good skills and they have some good foundations, but I think they really need to work on that aggression. So I think that's something they were lacking. We'll see how good Ohio OwOs is coming in here. Also, as an update to our earlier conversation, it is the University of Cincy, Ohio State University, Akron University, and Ohio State.
That's 4 different universities. Didn't they say 3?
I thought it was 3. I was wrong.
That's okay. I'll forgive you this time, Rico. Looks like we now have frames in this the stream, so shoutouts for frames in the chat.
Yeah,
you wear glasses?
See it.
Oh, did I jinx it? Okay, we'll see.
So we are getting the Bastion bunker here from Congregation, along with the May here instead of the Pharah. I think that's a good choice. I think interesting choice, good choice. There's lots of things you can run with the Bastion bunker.
Do you like this play with the hamster in the back?
I don't know. I think it can be very good. Jav going down does immediately get rezzed up here. Kind of just trying to get that poke in. Try to get some things. We have the Mercy way in the back. We might get caught out here. This doesn't really have anyone to fly to. Does get out though. The Jav and Turbo Nerd go down. That's probably going to be that push for Ohio OwOs. They're going to need to back out a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit of an unfortunate push from.
Back.
Yeah. bit of an unfortunate push coming from them as we see cruise ships sniping just a seaman in the back line. Yeah, that just seemed more like a cheeky, cheesy sort of like, let's go into the back and try to like get him off the point and get like a quick sort of tick. But now the problem with that is Congregation is going to have ult percentage. They're going to have a bit of a better ult percentage, so they're going to be able to hold this a little bit longer than maybe the OwOs are comfortable for. As we see cruise ship getting another
Jab
snipe on the
going down
jab.
early again, yeah. Yeah, and they spotted out Aurelius immediately there. Aurelius hoping to get out here. Maybe
Looking to
really
go
low
in.
on health right now. Yeah, apparently looking to go in. Doesn't need health. Who needs health? Not Aurelius.
And now he's going to get on point. This actually might work.
No, it looks like they spotted him again. The Mercy going headfirst into that, but Babe Bun does get left behind and taken down by the Pulse Bomb from Just a Seaman. Aurelius going down though. Window getting popped here by Poplots. Jav going down. So it looks like Congregation's going to be able to pull this out here. Poplots does go down to Penguinator. Turbo Nerd falling off the side. I'm not sure if that was a jump. I don't think it was though. Penguinator falling. Get the Valve being popped from May. Maybe a bit unnecessary as I think the fight was already won there. But yeah, so that's going to be OwOs backing out here.
Just want to give a shout out to Turbo Nerd. He had that HGH on him as that Mercy, trying to get that 37 on his ACT, and he was able to get it once he got that HGH, but had to jump off the side at the end because they didn't apply that on ult correctly. So now we have this final fight, or one of the final fights, I guess, as we see more sneaky stuff in the back.
Yeah, again, trying to just kind of get everyone to turn around, look back at point, and it's working. You need to kind of follow up on that front line there. A Diva Bomb coming down, but is blocked mostly by the shield, which is rather unfortunate. But we're going to see Congregation backing up to point here. A barrage coming down, getting two onto Congregation. This is huge. Just a Seaman dying to himself. They're still getting those kills. Just Seaman does get res. And yeah, they're getting all these kills. The Blizzard gets canceled, and they have gotten that tick.
Yeah, it turns out when you just play good Overwatch and you don't try to do the cheesy stuff, it allows you to win team fights, because they had 3 or 4 ults and they held them till the very end, but they were able to get them all out there at once. Jav getting a big barrage. I think we're gonna see it right here.
Yeah, and you can't forget the intimidation factor of just throwing yourself off the cliff in the previous team fight. I think that's actually a big brain play by Turbo Nerd going in there, just jumping off to create intimidation. I love to see big brain plays like that from my Mercies.
Well, I mean, honestly though, that was what you needed to do, because like you saw his tanks actually stayed on the point and lingered for like a little bit longer than they needed to. Jumping off is good because you already lost the team fight, so if you lost the team fight, you should probably jump off and respawn as a group and then push in rather than allow ult charge go to Congregation. But
yeah, it's interesting because it didn't seem like a group decision, cause like everyone else kind of still lingered after Turbo Nerd died, so I kind of assumed it was an accident because of that, but who knows. We are going to be going into Hollywood next.
It's one of the things that differentiate majors from minors is these instinctual things, because like as a team it's really hard to practice like when to jump off the side of a cliff. It's more of just like you need to have the game sense from playing the game a lot to know like, oh, I need to jump off at this point, or oh, I should stay alive because this team fight is still going on. Some of that's going to be communicated between you and your team, but a lot of it's just going to be I know I need to get off. So Turbo Nerd showing his 37 ACT game sense skills there by jumping off, in my opinion. As we do go into Hollywood. So Reignbow, what's your favorite Hollywood movie?
I don't know. I don't watch movies really.
You don't watch movies? Why don't you watch movies?
I don't know. I don't know, man. What's your favorite movie though?
Yeah, I'm still curious as to why you don't watch movies. World of Warcraft is not my favorite movie, Abizzle. That's not even a movie. That's a video game. There's a movie called Warcraft.
It was actually not as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
So you do watch movies?
I watch occasional movies.
Okay, you watch occasional movies.
I used to watch a lot of things for my film class back in the day. Okay. Rope, great movie.
Rope.
That's the main old movie I remember.
I tried watching that movie. That's the one that was directed by Ryan Johnson and has that guy in it. And yeah,
It's incorrect.
it was directed. Oh, am I thinking of a different movie?
Yeah.
Oh my God, what am I thinking of?
Rope is Hitchcock, I'm pretty sure.
Oh my God, yes, I'm thinking about that other movie. Holy sh! That's a Hitchcock movie. That's okay. I don't watch that movie myself, so and I just proved that I don't watch that many movies. Anyways, so we're gonna go into Hollywood here. Hopefully in just a few minutes. So Rainbow, what do you think Congregation can do to do the reverse sweep here against the Ohio OwOs?
I think you kind of need to sit down, focus, get together, kind of ignore the previous map score, and just like you're starting new. You have the information. You go in, you're relaxed, calm, and confident, and I think you can, change that mentality, come back in, and get a nice win.
So it's
You
all the
know.
mental game stuff.
It's a mental game. It's a lot of mental game. I mean, 'cause you can't suddenly improve your aim in the middle of a match. You can improve your mental attitude though.
Well, it depends if you buy a gaming chair in the middle of the match and they replace your current chair with it. Then I think you can improve your aim just a little bit.
Yeah, or if you buy an aim bot in the middle of a match, that would improve
Or-
your aim
or-
a little bit.
Or that, yes.
I would just like to point out, I do not condone buying an aimbot.
Yeah,
I'm
please
just
don't buy an
saying,
aimbot to play in an amateur Overwatch league. Shouts to Crump.
that has no prize, by the way. You don't get anything for winning.
You get respect, okay, from your fellow gold, plat, and diamond friends. Okay, that's
It is true.
prize enough.
It is true. So much respect we have for our winners.
Their names
yeah,
are etched
so-
in the halls of history, Rainbow. Okay.
You do get a nice
Hmm.
custom role.
Alright, I'm gonna invite Abizzle to lobby. I'm sure Abizzle likes it when I refer to him on stream. Oh, that's funny. I think you're in the lobby. You're fine, right? Alright.
I gotta say, I do love the coordination coming out from Congregation with their icons all being, or no, from Ohio Woes, sorry. They just switched sides, it confused me. The coordination coming out from Ohio Woes with their cute Farah icons, I think that may be really what's getting them the win here.
Yeah, I think Congregation was trying to do some spelling with their icons before, but they couldn't agree to it because I remember seeing an A and then two S's, but it was like far apart, and it didn't seem like some people were into changing their little icons into something that was perhaps inappropriate for the mainstream. So instead, we get just this congregation of different things, let's say. Even though, of course, we're talking about this, and I assume none of these people can see what we're talking about right now. But does not matter because hopefully we're going to be going into Hollywood in just a moment here, folks. Just a moment. These breaks are always a lot of fun just to talk about random stuff. Rainbow, how many games have you casted so far?
I believe this is my 5th game, if I'm counting correctly.
Right. Did you guys go to break like during breaks like this, or?
It depended on when I'm with Piper, we got a break.
Yeah, but when you're with me, I make you work. Okay.
Yeah.
You gotta earn your Owlet coins.
Yeah, this is clearly work. We're talking about Hollywood movies.
Yes, which I know nothing about. So why don't you partake in the Hollywood film, whatever? I thought, are you not one of the people who's in film right now? Is like a film major or something like that? Or am I thinking of someone else?
You're definitely thinking of someone else. I used to plan on going into film.
Okay.
Then I stopped, so that's how it be.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
It
seems
was a
like
lot of
there's
fun while I was doing it. School news, big hype.
You want to shout out your high school on the stream?
No, it sucked. I never want to go back there.
Yeah,
Ever again.
Me neither. I have nightmares where I wake up and I'm back in my high school. It's actually nightmarish because like I have these like night terrors and I'm like I can't get out of my high school. But I have to like take one class in order to have my college degree. That's how my dream always goes. I had this dream multiple times where I have to go back to my high school to get one class credit from high school so I can go to college and get my college degree. even though I've
It's
already
rough.
been to college. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't know what this means. Maybe if you're into Freudian dream analysis, you can tell me what this means for me. But it's very. I haven't had the stream in a while though, so maybe that's a good thing.
I generally do think that's probably good. Yeah, my high school had a giant fence around it because it's an outdoor school. Because I was forced to live in Southern California for a time. Anti shout out to Southern California.
What's up?
Yeah, outdoor school, huge ass fences. I'm probably not supposed to say that. Anyway, huge fences. uh, it was weird and very prison like. I was not a fan.
Did you say an anti shout out to California?
Yeah, Southern
Oh.
California specifically.
Why Southern? Why is it just Southern California?
Because
Why do you
I've
not
never
like
been
them?
to Northern California, so I think it's unfair to
Oh, that's very
be mean to them.
diplomatic of you. Very diplomatic.
Specifically San Diego, if I wanted to target a specific city.
Well, you're near the beach, right? It has to be
I
nice.
don't like the beach though.
Why don't you like the beach? Is it because of the
Sun.
sand? Oh, you don't like the sun. You have to get vitamin D somehow, Very important.
Dude,
Is the
I'm
vampire like
I'm an
the shit?
emo gamer. I don't do the sun.
Emo gamer. I do you do deodorant? I don't do deodorant. Damn. I stay above the influence, okay?
We are finally getting into the map now. We can stop spouting off about random things that come to our brains, and Twitch chat no longer needs to suffer.
Oh, they love it. They love it. They're following us along perfectly. They're not muting the stream at all.
But yeah, so we will be starting with where it's OwOs on the attack here and Congregation defending. So they have switched sides for those watching at home. And also for my fellow caster, because it's very confusing.
Yes, I switched the post-it notes. It's fine.
Ooh, post-it notes, fancy. I should probably do that. But yeah, we did get some player subs. I don't quite remember who, but I do know Joey came in on the side of Congregation.
As well as Florida.
Yes, and if I'm remembering correctly, I actually I've played with Joey before.
Okay, tell me about Joseph.
He's a high school freshman, which I read off of his team card sheet.
Okay.
It's basically
That
all
it?
I remember. I don't have a very good memory. I didn't do well in school.
I was
But we're
expecting
gonna
like, oh,
be-
he fragged me, or he did this, that, the other thing. But it's like I just read off the team card sheet. All right, I gotta do that too. Yeah.
Ew. Yes, we are getting a Bastion with double shield on the defense here, and a Ryan Zari, which you don't see that much anymore, coming out here on the attack. I'm always excited for. I love Ryan. Ryan is my favorite tank overall.
My favorite tank is Torbjorn because we're gonna see Torbjorn.
Oh, we are. I didn't see that. I just saw the Bastion. But yeah, Torbjorn coming out from Congregation. Congregation's like, you know what? We're gonna pull cheese and hope for the best, which I love to see. But yeah, we are getting the sim to teleport them in to rotate around here, coming down to point. Hoping to get that nice positional advantage here. They are waiting around a bit, waiting for the Reaper to come around back. It looks like. Pushing in here, you see, they're kind of poking back and forth. Both Immortality fields already out. Turbo Nerd going down early here. And we also see Baby Bun going down and Aurelius. So that is 2 for OwOs going down. But we do get May coming down for the for Congregation along with Frazzle, 2 very important people. But it is going back and forth here, back and forth. It's very important people, so it's kind of hard to tell who's going to be coming out on top here, but it looks like it is going to be Congregation possibly, as I don't see any more Ohio players.
That was an absolutely crazy team fight. Ohio OwOs should have won that because because Frazzle dropped down way too early, as we see them pushing in already.
Yeah, already coming out with the window, getting some nice kills onto the turret and onto the hero turret of Bastion. Coming out here, we also get the window coming out from Congregation, and we get the grab coming out, and that is going to be taking out the Congregation players. That beautiful grab we got there from Clay Lamau. Absolutely amazing. This is why they pulled out the Ranzari and they did it well.
Yeah, I always feel as though if you're just super comfortable with a certain composition, you should run that over running a meta composition. So if
Yeah,
you're into
unfortunately,
this,
they are going to be switching to double shields.
I should not have said that. Why did I say that? Now we're gonna see dumb double shield. Here we go. So let's say nice things about double shield.
Yeah, so looks like we're seeing the Reaper maybe going around here along with the Symmetra kind of coming onto the side. We're getting the Gravitic Flux coming out with the Molten Core. I forgot what the real name for that was. Frazzle going down, but we get the Death Blossom coming out, also taking down May, but Justice Demon does go down to Baby Bun there. So Congregation is kind of being forced to push back here, but they haven't lost all their traction. Should be able to recover quickly as long as they don't lose any more people. Kind of pushing back in here again, going back and forth. We get to see the Coalescence coming out from Joey, and they're going to be taking down the OwOs there. It was an amazing recovery, and Baby Bun just getting a nice 2k with his Deadeye to finish things off. With
Yeah,
their
Baby
Deadeye.
Bun. Yeah, Baby Bun just pressed W really hard. I watched that entire thing. And, that's one of those situations where if I was DPS, I'd be like hiding like behind like the saloon here or like waiting in the spawn. But Baby Bun does not care. Baby Bun presses W and gets a 3k easy peasy lemon squeezy. So really really great defense here coming out from Congregation after maybe having some problems in other maps.
Again, we're kind of seeing the side flank coming out here from the OwOs. May going down early along with Joey. That is the support line gone for Congregation. Turboner did go down, but that's going to be 2 more going down for Congregation, and they're definitely going to be losing this as OwO very quickly takes back this point here.
Yeah, only need to use 1 ult as well, so really great job from them. With the ult economy, now they're just going to be pushing this cart, or not, they're just going to be positioning aggressively to make sure that they come out. No one on the cart
You
right
do
now,
need to have someone on the cart, Ohio. It's very important. Probably not your main tank. Probably should get one of those supports on there. But at least the payload is moving now, as Congregation's going to be pushing back in here.
Yeah, they have a few ults here that they can use.
Coming out with the bongos to get that extra damage in. Pushing in, they do take out Aurelius, which is a great first pick to take out that main tank. Turbo Nerd going down next. Pushing OwOs back. OwOs kind of got out of there as soon as Aurelius fell, kind of knowing that they have a bit of the ult advantage here. And Turbo Nerd does switch off the Symmetra for a Junkrat.
I'm watching just a Seaman here. He's just doing a little sneaky strategy, hiding up here. No one's been looking at him during the offense. We see May. May has to get out. No, May.
Oh, May falls. That is not a good start. Just Steven does get a nice pick there. I'm sure he is very proud of that one. Ohio was pushing in here with the Gravitic Flux. Gets him down. Jedi coming out from Babe Bun. Doesn't get anyone before the entire team dies to Clay Lamau and Turbo Nerd on that Junkrat.
Yeah, that ult from Sigma was really, really great job from Clay Lamau there. That's a new name. I haven't seen that name before today, so shouts out to Clay Lamau getting a kill on a cruise ship and then an ult into the spawn. Bit of BM, I would say.
Yeah, just a bit nasty. Wanna push him back. Make sure they get those bad spawns. Yeah, just really getting the staggers here so that they can get some free push to start out, point C with. They do have someone on the cart this time. I like to see the improvement. Bonezone is sitting on the cart. They pop the window to continue to push Congregation back here and keep them kind of quivering in their spawn as they're just continuing to get pushed on the cart.
Now what I find interesting is this continuous use of, oh, let's go to the Soul.
Gravitic Flux coming out along with the Molten Core, but no kills gotten there. And so they continue to push forward. Frazzle going down inside of Congregation. They're going to be able to continue to push forward with the bongos here from OwOs, putting that damage in and trying to push Congregation back here. It is fairly even. We get the tire coming out from Turbo Nerd along with the Beat and Dragons. The tire goes down to Cruise Ship's turret there, and there's a lot of ults, no kills right now, except as I just say that 2 people from OwOs go down along with 2 people from Congregation. It is still a fairly even fight here, but it looks like OwOs is going to be backing out here to get those players back.
Yeah, after seeing that team fight, I'm not sure if Junkrat is the pick here for the Ohio OwOs. I feel as though having both him and just the Seaman on that projectiles, this is gonna still say the same. I just don't think it's the correct call, but we'll see what they can do here with this team fight as we see a few ults.
Starting off with the window again, nice to see it. Frazzle going down is looking good for this push right here. Yeah, just continuing to get pushing forward, getting aggressive here. As they continue to get pushed on this point, we do see Baby Bun with the Bastion here. Does get popped out of turret form by the accretion, and just a Seaman getting a 2k with the Dragons. You do not see that often, so it's really nice. You get to see the bongos coming out here along with the gravitic flux from both sides. It looked like Florida getting a 2k there, but it's not looking like it's going to be enough as several players' Congregation are falling here.
Yeah, but the respawns are pretty good for Congregation. Looks like they're just staying on the point still, and there's only 10 seconds left to put it into the VIP section.
Yeah, still they're going down. We do have the Wrecking Ball coming in here. Hopefully going to get a nice stall. Florida taking out just a Seaman, which is going to be very useful. So he gets a lot of work done. Frazzle does go down along with Florida. So we have the Lucio. We have May. She's stalling on point. As they just continue to rotate people, in and out of here as they die. Get the Coalescence that came out there. And it is just kind of back and forth. We're in overtime now. May and Joey going down, so that's your support loss, but you do have the tank line still in here. As I say that, Florida goes down to Just a Seaman. Just a Seaman doing a lot of work on this Doomfist. Got a 3k there, and looks like they're going to be pushing in here. Are they going to get a touch? They are not, and that is going to be them finishing with no time left on the clock.
Yeah, I like how I say bad things about the Junkrat, and the Junkrat track gets like 3 people in that last team fight, so incredible job for proving me wrong. The Junkrat was the Mercy last round? That's crazy.
Yeah, Turbo switched from support to DPS, so nice flexing going on there. I'm curious as to what the reason behind that is, but I do not know.
They have a few new players. I think Bone Zone is probably like a pure support or something like that, or maybe more used to support, and so they wanted to put Turbo Nerd into the game with his 37 ACT score on that Junkrat to get some of those angles, against the wall with the little Junkrat mines. Requires a lot of mathematics, so I'm sure they wanted someone with a big math background as him to do that.
Yeah, so what do you think we're going to be seeing from these two teams here, as the preview does get revealed? So you have a bit of a cheat sheet here.
I think we're gonna see like a Reinhardt.
I think we're gonna be seeing Reinhardt. Yeah, so we are seeing the Reinhardt coming out from Ohio OwOs on the defense here. They are clearly favoring the Reinhardt Zarya combination for point A on Hollywood. We're continuing to see double shield with Torbjorn, although they may be switching off that when they actually walk out of the gate, as they also have a Symmetra, but who knows, they may be actually running it. We've seen teams run things like this before, so it's not out of the question.
Yeah, nothing surprises me anymore.
Yeah, it looks like they are staying on that Torb and Symmetra coming out here. Getting a nice 14% charge already for Aurelius on that Reinhardt. Taking a nice high perch here. They are dropping back to Cafe, it looks like, or maybe just onto point. And we have Congregation rotating around, trying to get in here. Cruise ship does go down early here. And along with Baby Bun, Just a Seaman doing a lot of work here. Getting a nice 2k. And Floor going down, Frazzle going down. That's going to be the end of the push. Congregation just trying to get out with their lives.
Yeah, they're going to need something to stop Aurelius from using their Fire Strike, because that was...
And to stop Just a Seaman. Just a Seaman is getting so much work done on this Hanzo. And really, pretty much any DPS he's been picking up, he's been doing really well on.
Yeah, for sure. He's been sneaky MVP, I would say, for the Ohio OwOs. But now we see a Reinhardt coming out for the side of Congregation. We'll see how this Ryan gameplay, as well as a May, Crucia playing that May. Sorry, I got confused because there's a May on Congregation. So.
Yes, there's May the player. Ooh, we get the Shatter coming out, gets a 3k. But does not really connect to them. It does kill Florida. Just Seaman does get that. Aurelius does go down with the amazing wall there coming out from Cruise Ship. Cruise Ship doing a lot of work on this push here. you know, probably gonna bring out this win for them. The Nano does come out onto the Zarya, but I don't think it's gonna be enough to carry this fight. The tower coming down does take out Frazzle, but it looks like the Congregation are going to be able to pull out this fight. Only need to take down Turbo Nerd. But you have the Reinhardt try and come back in, but does back out. But the rest of the team disagrees. They go in, and you see Justice Seaman taking out 2 again. Does go down to Florida, but OwOs are contesting this. But they are slowly getting taken down, knocked down, pushed back. We get the first tick for Congregation. May gets taken down by a flying Reinhardt. Flying Reinhardt does die along with Diana. And it is just trying to touch this point back and forth, but it is looking like Congregation has finally gotten the point.
Yeah, Congregation going with my 2 favorite DPS in the game with the Junkrat and the Mei, and it works out for him. Able to slow everyone in their tracks. Looks like the OwOs were about to take that one back though, with Clay Lamau and Turbo putting a lot of work, but too little too late. Just even got a 2K as well, but not enough.
Yeah. So we are gonna see the Grab Dragon coming out in this next fight. Cruise ship, but Cruise ship taking down one already, and you get to see the Shatter taking out Justice Seaman. That's all they're going to be needing to win this fight coming up here. We do see the Nano getting popped onto Aurelius here, but you know it's not really going to be enough to win this fight. They keep seeming to pop Nano really late in these fights here.
Yes, it does seem like they are doing that, and now it's going to put them in a very precarious situation because they're not going to have their main shield tank for another few seconds. So we see this aggression from Frazzle, and I like this because now they're going to be pushing in. Although,
Ooh, the Toa grab. You can see the beat, and the Dragon's coming out, taking out 2, just seeming getting more kills, as you see, and looks like Congregation's going to need to be backing up here. And yeah, cruise ship trying to get out, probably not going to make it there. Joey also trying to get out, might get the stagger. It does get out though, successfully, love to see it. Yeah, I think cruise ship's been doing well in this May though. I mean, I know they just lost the fight, but just side note, I think cruise ship's been doing well in the May. I've seen him in previous games as well. Seems to be a hero.
he knows how to do those right clicks really well. So
Yeah, and he got a really good wall stake out of Aurelius on the first point there. But so they're going to be pushing around right here. Coming in here, you get to see the tire coming out from Turbo Nerd. Gonna try to get a pick here and gets 3! That is not just a pick, that is half of the team, and that is going to be that push ending right there. 2 minutes on the clock pushing in here.
a little unfortunate because I don't know if they could hear him from the side, but for sure I think at least May saw that the tire was coming. They weren't able to do anything about it. I mean, I think tire is one of those things that you expect that you can kill a little bit easier than you actually can in practice. So
Yeah.
you know. But really great job from Turbo Nerd to stop this push for a little bit longer.
Ooh, getting a nice first pick on the Justice Demon, who does a lot of work. Getting the Blizzard coming out here, trying to get someone, doesn't quite freeze anyone there. Getting the Shatter onto just Bone Zone. Love to see the solo Shatter. But sometimes it's what you need to take care of that annoying Lucio in your backline. Ibaga's coming down, and they're going to be taking down Aurelius here. As the Nano also comes down here. Interesting use of ults there from OwOs. Maybe losing a bit of their coordination that they've had previously. But we do have OwOs coming in, getting these kills up to Congregation somehow. Coming in here, just seem doing the work as always, taking down Frazzle, and that's gonna cause Congregation to have to back up here again.
You know, that Shatter. If he held that Shatter instead of solo shattering Bone... Look, Bone Zone was in the sad zone because he got frozen by Maysing trying to save his main tank, and then he got smacked around to the back line, and then he got solo shattered after he got unfrozen. So, you know, he did not have a good time there. He was in the sad zone, but he got taken out of the sad zone there because they used that Shatter onto him instead of waiting a little bit longer. They were able to stall out just a little longer, and so now 30 seconds to push it about 100 meters. It's going to be a pretty difficult task for Congregation.
Yeah, you see a nice anti-nade coming out there, but you know, kind of forced them to slow down a bit in their push. They're pushing in now, take down Aurelius really early, but we're seeing tires coming out from both sides here, along with the grab. 3k for Turbo Nerd, 2k for Baby Bun. Blizzard coming out from Justice Demon, and that looks like they're not going to be able to come in here and really get a contest here. trying to get last touch there, Baby Bun, but no one is going to be able to come and touch this point.
That's gonna be that. A lot of messy fights there at the end for both Ohio OwOs and Congregation, but the OwOs take the victory here. So we're gonna go into our final map. So we're gonna be playing for map differential, and OwOs, I'm sure they want to continue with their best map differential in minors right now by getting this last win.
Yes, so what is the next map we're going to? I should really remember this at this point, but we're going to Dorado. So do you think Congregation is going to be able to, not tank their map differential too badly and get this last map here on Dorado?
Well, you saw some signs of life from them. I mean, I think it took them a little bit to do some teamworky sort of things because the first few maps were kind of rough, but there you did see them come together for some team fights. And Dorado is all about defending as a team and rotating as a team, unless you're trying to do some sort of sneaky Widowmaker flank. So I do expect a lot out of the Congregation here. Maybe they'll be able to take it, maybe not. We'll see. But we are headed into the Dorito. Rainbow, do you like Doritos?
I do like Doritos.
What's your favorite flavor of Dorito?
I'm basic.
What does that mean? There's like 2 basic flavors.
Just the regular normal flavor that you'll find at any gas station.
The red one or the blue one?
The red one.
Okay.
I don't
Because the
see
blue one
blue
is
ones
also
everywhere.
Yeah, you do.
I also
The
don't leave
ranch?
the house much, so
That's fair.
there's that.
Very fair.
Yeah, what do you think we're gonna be seeing here on Dorado?
We're going to be seeing some high octane Overwatch action coming out from these 2 teams. As we see Jav coming back in for, I believe, who did he? Turbo Nerd? Because Turbo Nerd was, Turbo Nerd, excuse me, was playing that DPS, and so Jav's going to come back in. I do expect to see some Pharah gameplay then, because Dorado's a pretty good Pharah map.
It is. I've, like I said, I've played with some great Pharahs, and we always play Pharah on Dorado. Dorado's a Pharah favorite, which always meant it was less of my favorite, because that meant I was playing Mercy, which was a big sad face. But that's what it is sometimes. Sometimes you play Mercy so that you can win. You don't get to play Lucy all the time.
I enjoy playing Mercy because you get to fly around, go like whoosh, 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 and then you're like oh, because you res someone, and then yeah, I mean it's just a very enjoyable character to play. Would you like me to cast like that, where I just make sound effects?
I think that would be definitely the most enjoyable form of casting.
All right, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do it not because you would enjoy it, but because I think Abizzle's not gonna enjoy it. So I'm gonna just
Poor Abizzle here. He comes in, produces. When we have so many producers, please sign up to be producers. Learn how to be producers.
Please. Yes.
We
but
would
ironically,
absolutely love you. Please. But yeah, Abizzle's out here producing for us, and you're just trying to tick him off.
no, I'm not trying to tick him. He enjoys it. Okay, he likes it when I make him feel upset. So, I'm kidding, of course. I love you, Abizzle.
We appreciate all of our producers here at Owlet.
It's all good, guys. It's all good.
Okay, it's all good. I don't want to tease too hard. So we go into the Dorito. Rainbow, what's your... I already asked you that question. Rainbow, Dorado, right?
Dorado, yes.
So you have played in this map before.
Yes. I've played the game of Overwatch.
Okay, so what happened?
I've won a couple times, I've lost a couple times.
Oh, yeah. So how did you feel when you won when you played Dorado?
Pretty good.
Okay, that's good. Do you think one of these teams is gonna win in Dorado tonight?
Probably. I don't think it's tieable, so. Apparently it is tieable, but I literally don't know how that's possible.
I think if you stay on the cart or something, and you make sure they don't push the cart at all by standing on top of it. I think that's how it is. I'm not entirely sure. Oh.
If I see that, I'm gonna cry. So let's go.
We're gonna keep it a secret as to how you can tie this map, just so no one can do it. Okay? No worries.
Yes, they are coming out with the Bastion and Torbjorn on attack here from Congregation. Because it did switch sides again, so It's very simple for us. Maya's going down here early on, does get rezzed up immediately though. Aurelia's going down, the tide is kind of being turned. Claylamau does accidentally kill himself. Florida goes down as well, but it looks like Congregation is going to keep pushing on here. It's just a Seaman falls, which is always really good because he does a lot of work.
He does. He was in the back line, and they knew he was in the back line, and he still got like 2 or 3 kills that team fight. So that just shows the power of just the Seaman. Although he's going to be switching off with that Doomfist onto the Hanjo, so maybe a little bit better to get rid of that shield.
Yeah, we did get
No
first
shields.
point with a really nice time bank of 5 minutes 30. You know, I'm hoping to see that they can hold together this push here, but as I say that, May goes down right at the start of this fight, which is not great, but they do still have some space and continue going forward, except for the fact that Baby One also falls. But they do get Aurelius, but it is immediately getting rezzed here, so they're probably going to be needing to back up here. Frazzle going down. Yeah, it's not looking good. May does get the rest onto Frazzle, but we get the barrage in the back from Jav with a 3k. Big Button does take him down, but that is going to be enough to stop that. That is actually a 5k, including the other rockets before the barrage. Jav really popped off there for his team.
It's really funny, but I actually don't think he should have done the barrage. Like, I mean, it's like cool looking, but like they were already like about to lose that team fight, so using the barrage is actually probably good for the side of Congregation, because now they're going to have their ults and they're going to be coming right out of the spawn, and they're going to be pushing forward and try to get this kill on Aurelius, who's really far in.
Although Ohio OwOs does have pretty much all their other ults, so I don't think it was too bad. Plus, Justice Seaman is basically an ult in and of himself, getting the 2k there, which is, you know, a nice start. Starting with the bongos and getting the Valkyrie coming in here. Maybe a bit much, but they are going to be scaring Congregation back here into the spawn room slowly, as they are
Slowly
taking
but
down
surely.
Florida.
They are stuck in this little area here on the left-hand side, and I don't know, they're going to need to get out of here if they want to do anything. Neos and May need to just come around. They are going to come around. They have 5 ults, almost 6. So we hope to see them use them in short order.
Yeah, it looks like, you know, we might be getting an ult party coming up here soon.
Those are my favorite sorts of parts.
Yeah, pushing in here, we get the Valk, we got the window to start off from Congregation. As they're pushing in here, and we get the Nano coming out from Ohio OwOs. And this is already starting off to be interesting. Baby Bun does go down early to Justice Seaman, as we expect. Gravitic Flux coming out here from the side of Congregation, takes down Penguinator, which is very nice, but it is getting rezzed. And they are continuing to clean up Congregation, and that is already 2 minutes and a half shaved off of the clock for Congregation on this push.
Yeah, really great job from just the Seaman. I mean, he's been getting like 4 or 5 Ks every single team fight, but good job stopping Neos from coming in with the Molten Core. He had the Molten Core, he pressed the button, but then he got killed by just the Seaman right in the nick of time, so he couldn't use it. So good job from just the Seaman there. He can kill when his team needs it, as he's in the backline right now.
But we get the barrage coming down, takes out Babe Bum, but Jav does get taken down by Florida, and May goes down inside of Congregation, Joey goes down, Jav gets rezzed, and that's going to be another lost fight for Congregation, as they just keep losing too many people.
Yes, they do, and I'm hoping that Congregation can use a few of these ults together, although they're going to switch off that Bash and go onto McCree, maybe to stop some of the just a Seaman flank action, because he's been flanking his heart out, so now they're going to be slowly but surely pushing this cart. Once Frazzle is awake, right now he's a sleepy lad, now he's a purple
Ooh,
lad.
nice anti coming in there from Penguinator, but not getting any kills off of it. Getting the bongos to start off this fight from Ohio OwOs, as they're trying to get this damage in here. Bongos coming out from Congregation as well, because the Nano coming out on Ohio OwOs, and the window coming out from Congregation. The Dragon's coming out. It is an ult party, ults back and forth here, and it is again Ohio OwOs looking to be coming out on top here. Tried to get a res off, but didn't quite get it there. Jav getting a nice 2k right there at the end. And Ohio OwOs is holding this pretty strong. Jav does go down at the end there to Maya's Farah.
Yeah, so we see a sort of dive coming out now from Congregation, which is going to be a fun switch. See if this dive can kill the double shield meta.
Justice
But
Team does take down Myas though.
Yeah. So it's going to be really difficult now.
Yes, we're starting off with the Valkyrie Congregation to push in here. A nice anti coming in again onto the tank for Congregation. Frazzle getting really low. Justice Team and Bone Zone are down for OwOs along with Claylamau and Aurelius. That is finally going to be a good push coming in here from Congregation, and they're going to be getting some movement on point B.
Yeah, so there goes our chance for a tie here on Dorito, as they're going to be able to push this cart further and further. Yeah, I saw Mias use the ult immediately once he saw Bonzo go for the res onto Justice Demon, who's been absolutely incredibly important for the Ohio OWOs. So see a dive coming out onto Bonzo, they're trying to kill that Mercy.
Yeah, a nice nade coming in again from Penguinator. Gets some people really low on Congregation. We're getting the Nano again coming in here onto Aurelius. We get the Diva Bomb coming in and takes down Jav, but that is just one person, as Justice Demon also takes down Baby Bun, and Jav does get rezzed. They're going to be pushing in here, trying to get these kills. Congregation, a Bongo coming out from Ohio Woes, and a Graphitic Flux coming out from, I'm not sure exactly who. We get the Dragons coming out from Justice Demon, and it is going to be just kills for Ohio Woes right now. Congregation is not looking hot at all, and that is going to be that push.
Yes, it is. Baby Bun not able to get back in time to use his high spoon, and now pretty good push there from Congregation after being held at that first point area choke. The OWOs do have their work cut out for them, but their DPS has been suffocating, I would say.
Yeah, so we are going to be going to Congregation's defense here, and you know they can very, you know, like realistically get a first point hold here and win this map still. Like it is not out of the question for them to get this last map.
No, not at all. I mean, it's not like the furthest push you've ever seen, but it's a pretty decent push, and I think all you need to do here as Congregation is if you can suffocate Justice Seaman from doing anything, you know, like just dive on him, just make his life miserable, then I feel as though the rest of the dominoes will fall in your favor. So we see a Bastion double shield, very meta-y sort of thing with Mios on that aura as well. So I don't know if this is the answer. It might be, but you know, if they can focus on just the Seaman, they might be able to take out a few team fights from progressing. But I don't know. It's been very difficult for them this entire map, or entire match, I should say, because the DPS of the OWOs are just so good. So.
Yeah, they're going for a close hold here to try to get a early fight so they can get a later fight, probably, you know, get more fights on point A. Very, very close hold here. A sleep and an anti-nade already coming out from Penguinator here. But no one has died yet in Congregation. It's looking good, but they're going to be rotating around on side of Ohio Woes. Tanks coming into the back line here are going to probably make quick work of this. But the Immortality Field does go down, which is going to buy some nice time for Congregation. May does fall, which is not looking good, but they are still holding their own. As I say that, 2 more go down for Congregation, and that's going to be that fight. And Ohio Woes has the cart. Just Steven doing work as always. Jav also doing work as always. Getting those nice hits onto my ass.
That's been this match in a nutshell. I mean, the OWOs, obviously they have a lot of great individual skill, but I think Congregation, their problem has just been they're not taking team fights with a lot of force. You know, like they see like them out, because like the OWOs were kind of out of position there. They were like doing this weird like half flank with tanks. So like you either go all in the tanks and you kill them, or you go all in the DPS in the front and the back. But like instead of doing that, they just kind of like shot at random areas and didn't really work out.
And push in here, getting a kind of huge nade and forcing the Immortality Field out. We are getting the Nano onto Aurelius again, taking out Frazzle. Joey going down to just a Seaman. We are getting a res onto Frazzle though from May. That was a risky res in the middle of the team. Clay Lamau doing a lot of work here. Myers gets a 2k with that barrage, but it is not going to be enough as OwOs is just doing more work right now. Looks like they're already going to be getting point A, and no one's going to be able to contest here.
Nope, and plus the OwOs have two really important ults here, especially with Clay Lamau's whatever you call it ult. What's the name of that?
Gravitic
ult?
Flux, I believe.
Oh my god, I'm not gonna be able to remember that.
Yes, it is a
too
very
many
hard ult
syllables.
to say.
Well, it's called Sigma ult.
I would like to say, Congregation did get more time on the bank for their first point push, and they are taking down 2, but OwOs just comes back with more push than the Congregations could shove. They do get the res onto Frazzle, trying to continue this fight here as a last stand with the Mercy and the tank, but it is not going to be enough.
Wow,
And
that was an
they're going
amazing
to
shot
do
from Jav onto that You know, that whole click on your forehead lol sort of thing? That's what Jav did. Jav just clicked on Mercy's forehead, so congrats to him.
Yeah, Jav spending a lot of time. Yes, we are going to probably be seeing an ult party as this is approaching the last fight, and have a lot of ults from both sides. The Bongo's going down for Congregation, along with the Gravitic Flux coming out here. Doesn't really get anyone though, just Steeman taking down Myas, and we get the window coming out from Congregation as well. Congregation really putting down these ults here, but not getting a lot of value out of them, unfortunately. We are getting the Bongos and Nano coming down from OwOs though in response. The Blizzard coming out from Congregation as they try to get any kills. Penguinair does go down, but we already lost 3 from Congregation. Baby Bun does go down, but OwOs does have no healers, but there's no one left on Congregation to do anything here, really. Do get to touch the cart, though. Myas does go down, May goes down, Joey goes down, and that's just people falling from Congregation, one after another. Florida trying to keep it alive, trying to keep them off the point. And, you know, valiant effort, but he's probably going to end up going down soon. But maybe they're going to be able to recover this. Maya's getting pulled up into the air, going to get slammed down, taken down very quickly there. Florida going down, May going down. And they might be able to get a touch here, but they do not. And that's going to be the 4-0 for OwOs.
The 4-0. Wait, I'm trying to come up with something where it's
4
like,
OOs.
the Ohio 04. No. It's too difficult. Why do I even cast? This is just so difficult.
Ohio 4-0.
4-0 woes. Yes. So we take a look at Jav. Here comes the barrage that I made fun of. Well, I didn't make fun of it, but I criticized. Those are big shots right there, though. I can understand feeling yourself after getting all those meaty shots. So makes sense. So
Yeah, I mean, I've had a Faria player just ult extremely like unnecessarily just to flex how quickly he got his ult.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Maybe a little bit that action happening here.
Yeah, DPS players are like that sometimes.
That's for sure.
They just like to show off. That's really what most of them are there for, if we're being honest.
Just their show offs.
Yeah, pretty much. I love DPS players sometimes. Sometimes not, but you know, there's the occasional good one. You hear that, DPS players? Luvgangster hates you.
Yeah, I've got anti-DPS biases as the caster. I just hate when they pop off and do cool things. I always try to play things that aren't cool, and they just do boring things like hold up a shield or left click, you know.
But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this cast. There are going to be 2 more casts this evening. One on Silent Marine's channel, and the other is going to be on this same channel, which is going to be Storybook Villains vs. Microsoft Excelsior, and on Silent Marine's channel, it's going to be Flashpoint vs. Outer Oxide, which is a rematch of the Minors Grand Finals. It's going to be a very interesting one to check out.
Yeah, that's for sure. So stay tuned in to Owlet and watch those fun matchups. My name is Luvgangster, joined by Reignbow. Reignbow, take us out!
What do you want me to do? Yeah, I think that's pretty much what we got. You know, keep watching Owlet. It's a very fun game.